All right, let's talk about this high jump competition. The other half of the Italian job here, we'll say on Sunday night in Tokyo. Tamberi and Barshim tie for the gold. Now this was wild because there were so many people late into this competition. 7 men took attempts at 239 because people just kept upping the bar. So then in response, other jumpers were passing and saving their attempts because they had more misses early in the competition. So someone like Javon Harrison's like, well, why would I waste an attempt at one of these lower heights? It's not going to get me anywhere. It's basically all or nothing. So we end up with all these guys going for 239. None of them get it. And then on countback, Barshim and Tamberi are tied in terms of misses. So there was this weird situation where the officials go over and talk to them. And then immediately both of them start jumping up and down, screaming and crying and celebrating because it was basically like, hey, are you guys going to keep going? And it would have been funny if they had to make their decision independently. Like you write it down on a piece of paper and then hand it and then they decide. Because I think they both would say, hey, I'm going to keep going. Because if this guy's going, I'm not going to get the silver medal. But it was just this joint decision and then instant jubilation. What did you think of that decision in that moment?
I thought it was crazy. I was biting my nails throughout the whole competition. As soon as they go over the bar, I think it's just flawless. But I didn't know tying was possible. When was the last time this happened? I'm interested to know that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's been ties previously, but I don't know. For a gold medal, I guess it's a bit different. And I get it because they're just exhausted at that point. So what do you do? Do you start like I guess you could start
Hmm.
dropping the bar. You could start doing the opposite. Let's put it back at 220, guys, or let's put it at 230. Or maybe you go 230, maybe you go 237 and then work down from there. But I guess the issue, right, is if neither of them want to continue and they're both saying I'm ending it, there's no way to separate them, so you have to give 2 gold medals. The thing that makes it unique is that they're able to discuss that decision with each other. It's
Hmm.
not as if two people in the long jump or another event are able to discuss in the moment of like, hey, or the 100, hey, we're gonna run across at like they just both decided to stop competing at the same time, and now Tokyo's got to find another gold medal somewhere. They got to borrow it from somebody. Maybe there's a strategic reserve of extra gold medals somewhere.
Extra gold medals. They do have extra gold medals just laying around.
So you got obviously Barshim, the 2019 gold medalist, had some shots at the world record there for a couple of years. Wasn't a surprise that he was there, although he came in with not the best season. But Tamberi, Serenity had that horrible injury in 2016, right before
Hmm.
the Olympics, and he was on the ground crying in 2016 in Monaco. He was going for a big jump, and his like shoe even popped open. That's how bad the ankle injury was. He brought the cast out with him right before his final jump and put it on the track and had 2016 crossed out and then 2021. I mean, what a moment. And then after they decide that they're going to get gold, he's on the ground again, this time tears of joy instead of tears of sadness and disappointment, but brings the cast to the meet and puts it on the track before his final jump.
Let's talk about motivation. Let's talk about motivation. But also with jumpers, it always makes me kind of nervous when the anticipation is that high because, things could go wrong in that moment. So it was crazy. Let me actually, there we
I
go.
mean, and then just the moment there too. Then Tamberi's already on the track, and there's that visual of Jacobs crossing the line, and Tamberi's there like waiting almost at the finish line for the big night
That's why I said
for
It was the Italian adrenaline.
yeah, it was incredible. But just the story of Tamberi, obviously people know with the half beard and all the cool stuff he does, but the injury was a real catastrophic event in his career, and he had gotten back, but he was out of the medals in Doha. So to bring it back, to bring the cast, I mean, You're right. These
Inspirational.
things. This is why you have the meet. Like no one would have said when they looked at the program, oh hey, August 1st, that's going to be Italy's night in track and field. That's going to be Italy's time to shine. There's literally nobody who would have said that.